Let's meet at the library. Okay.
Hey everyone, it's Julia and welcome back to my channel. Today we're here to do the mid-year book freakout tag. Don't ask me how it's already time to do that. It's the middle of the year. Okay, if you say so. Time is an illusion. So the first question is already so hard. It is, what is the best book you've read this year so far? I've had my fair share of 5-star books so far, but I'm gonna say A Little Weirds by Jenny Slate. I mean, not only does Jenny Slate just like own my entire heart and soul, like I just love her, this book spoke to me in a way that I've never connected to a book. I can't even explain this book. It's like both everything I need to hear and like all the insecurities I relate to. Like, wow. It hit me hard. It was so beautifully written. It's not very long, but it's just memoirs from Jenny Slate, and I can't explain it. If you've ever yearned and just been like, what is my life all about? Will I ever be loved for the weirdo that I am? Like, I think this book would hit you as hard as it hit me. It's really good. Second question is, best sequel you've read so far this year? The Heart of Betrayal. I'm filming this before I'm filming my May wrap-up, but oh my gosh, I can't believe I waited 3 years between the first book and the rest of the trilogy. Let's just say this is one of my favorite fantasy series. I had a lot of feelings. There was like a really fun twist in this one. I shouldn't say fun twist. Fun for me to read. Yeah, there was a lot to love in this one. Heart of Betrayal is the sequel to The Kiss of Deception, if you don't know, and it is about a princess who like ran away from an arranged marriage, but in the first book she like met the prince, and she also met an assassin who was supposed to kill her, and a lot transpires. It's a good time. Okay, the next question is a new release that you haven't read yet but want to. I didn't grab it, so I'll just put the picture up. By the book. I am so excited to read this. This is like 100% to the T my kind of contemporary, and honestly, if I give it anything less than 4 stars, I don't know how they would mess it up that bad, honestly. I just can't imagine it. It's about a girl who loves classic novels, and so I think she like tries to warn her friend from like this relationship with this guy who's kind of like the school's playboy, but then I think she ends up falling for him, and she's like following the advice of these classic novels. I mean, come on, it sounds great. Next up is my most anticipated release for the rest of the year, and oh my god, there are 2 books that I just want in my possession right now, and they both don't come out until November, like the end of the year. I can't. And they are These Violent Delights. There's nothing, again, this is like a book where I'm like, I can't even understand how you would mess this up. Like, there's 100% chance of me loving it. It's a Romeo and Juliet retelling. It's set in the 1920s in Shanghai, and there's gangs, rival gangs. I'm in. Oh my god, I can't wait. Likewise, the sequel to The Guinevere Deception, The Camelot Betrayal. This cover, I can't handle it. I'm ready for some like juicy love square. I don't know what's gonna happen with all the relationships, but oh, I loved the first book so much, and I'm really excited. I'm just really excited. I need an arc. I need an arc. I don't know who I'm begging right now, but I need one. Next up is biggest disappointment this year so far. What was this? What was this? I know what this is. It's Permanent Record by Mary H.K. Choi. But what was this? It's so reflective. I'm sorry. I really liked Emergency Contact. I know it's divisive. I think I gave it like 4.5 stars. This, what is, okay, first of all, this maybe is on me. I didn't expect the guy to be the protagonist. I don't usually love that, so that's one thing. But like, the romance in this book was the worst part of this book. Like, I wish he never even met her. Like, that, I don't know if, like, I guess it was supposed to be like a wake-up call, but it just like pissed me off. So the main character, Pablo, works in like this really nice bodega, right? And he meets this pop star, and they like have this whirlwind romance, but Pablo's like the worst. He's like the worst son, he's the worst friend, he's the worst roommate. I dare say he's even the worst boyfriend. And I'm like, how can I live in the head of this character who's just awful to everyone? He's the worst employee. I am so sorry. His boss, the couple who were in charge of the bodega, were so nice. We don't even deserve them. The sweetest. Did I say the worst brother? He's also the worst brother. And so like there was a point, I'll rant about this more in my May wrap up. But there's a point in this book where I think it was his mom and dad who are like, honey, are you depressed? And he's like, no, I'm not depressed. And I'm like, I wish he was depressed, because then I would have found his actions forgivable and I would have like empathized with him, but instead he just seemed like a lazy jerk. So anyways, the ending was fine, but God, I hated that book. The next question is biggest surprise. Honestly, I think my biggest surprise of this year has been all of the histories I've read from William Shakespeare. I read Henry VI, part 1, 2, and 3, and also Richard III, and I didn't expect that I would like stan the histories this much, but oh my god, every female character in those plays is an icon, period. And like the histories are kind of fun. I was gonna say, but you didn't hear it from me, but you did hear it from me, and I want you to know that. Read some histories, educate yourself in a not actually very educational way. I learned a lot more about the War of the Roses than I ever did in school. I still probably don't know anything about War of the Roses, because really all of Shakespeare's history plays are fictionalized. But that's okay. The next question is new favorite author. I'm gonna say 2 for this. One is Kristen Hanna. I read The Great Alone. It hurt me, but I loved it also. And so I really want to read The Nightingale. She's got some backlist stuff that I'm interested in. There's one I know I added to my Goodreads and I can't remember the title, but a lot of her backlist stuff are getting like cover redesigns, and so they're pretty now, and I'm like, okay, great. I'll take one. I'll take one, please. And also Tolstoy. This is the year that I, Julia, became a Tolstoy hoe. I read Anna Karenina. Like, it wasn't my favorite, but did it shape me as a human? I think so. And now I'm currently reading War and Peace, and let's just say I'm losing my mind. Yeah. I don't think you guys should expect me to shut up about Tolstoy anytime soon. I don't think I would ever change my name to Tolstoy and such, but in my heart, he's like slowly creeping up there as an author. I think he was actually kind of a jerk, but writes a pretty good book. The next question is newest fictional crush. And am I, as a 27-year-old, going to answer this question? Yes, I am. Thank you so much for asking. It's not like I have any fulfilling romantic relationships in real life, so I might as well continue to crush on fictional characters. Everything's fine. Okay, I'm gonna say two. Okay, the first one is Jamie from Outlander, but only at the beginning of the book when he was a virgin. I don't even know how to clarify that answer in a not creepy way. I just think his personality was better at that point in the book. A little less possessive, a little more like sweet and innocent and romantic. Yeah. And then my other person that I want to talk about, I don't want to spoil anything, so let's just say that one of the romantic interests in the Remnant Chronicles, I love a lot. Oh, a lot. But we can't talk about that without spoilers. So which one? You'll never know unless you read it, in which case I think it would be pretty apparent which one I would like. And if you get it wrong, I'm not judging unless you're my friend and you claim to know my tastes, in which case I would judge. Next question is newest favorite characters. I'm just gonna say Alex and Henry from Red, White. I can't say this title ever. Red, White, and Royal Blue by Case McQuiston. I mean, honestly, I love just about every character in this book, but both Henry and Alex, like, they just have their stupid charms, and I love their personalities, and they crack me up, and they make me swoon, and I love them. I love those boys. Moving on. Next up is a book that made you cry. I mean, we all know at this point that I am a crier. I not only cry often, but I enjoy crying. So if a book makes me cry, it's probably a book that I loved. I listed a few so I wouldn't leave any out. These are my most significant cries of the year so far. Yes, the Beauty of Darkness had a nice Instagrammed cry over this. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, get on it. Maybe you'll see me sob over a book. Just saying. Red, White, and Royal Blue. I cried to this while listening to Love You Goodbye by One Direction. And it hit hard. Oof. I cried while reading Lovely War by Julie Berry. Oh, did I cry? Oh, did I cry? The Great Alone, as previously mentioned, by Kristen Hanna. Me Before You. Don't judge me. I judge me. You don't have to. And also Becoming by Michelle Obama. These are all books that made me cry this year alone. A book that made you happy? Let's just hold it up one more time for good measure. This is like the cutest book I read this year. I haven't read a lot of fluff this year. It's been kind of a serious reading year. Like, just serious, sad topics. So that one. That stupid turkey scene will get me every time. Next up is the most beautiful book I've bought this year, and I'm gonna say that's The Vanishing Half by Bert Bennett. Yes, this is from Book of the Month. We're not gonna delve into the drama. I ordered this on the 1st of June. I'm aware. Don't come for me. I love this cover. I love the colors. I love the overlapping abstract faces. I think this is gorgeous, and I'm very, very excited to read it. I also have The Mothers by her, which I still haven't read. It's called The Mothers. How have I not read it yet? That's on me. And the final question is, what book do you need to read by the end of the year? This is always such a hard question. because like, I don't know, I pick my TBR based on really specific things, and I'm playing TBR games every month this year, so there's like a lot of variables, but the ones I'm gonna say are like mainly new releases just because I'm so excited about them. So obviously, ones I've mentioned, These Violent Delights, By the Book, The Camelot Betrayal, also Where Dreams Descend. I'm so excited about My Calamity Jane, which is this the last book in the Lady Janies? Because I would read them forever. Please, I'll personally find you more Janes of history so you can continue this series. I'll do it. I'll do the homework. Also, Why I'm No Longer Talking to White People About Race is one I really want to get to. Obviously, very relevant. I just bought it recently, so excited to dive into that. Are there any others? I think those are all the big ones. Anyways, that was the mid-year freakout tag. Thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. If you've got something to say about any of those books that I talked about, I provided a lot of material, so just shoot me a comment down below. I would love to hear your thoughts. Yeah. Also, make sure to subscribe if you haven't. I'm somehow about to hit 700 subscribers. Thank you to all of my subscribers, new and old. I'll probably be doing a Q&A at some point in the near future. So if you've got a question already, you can leave that in the comments. But I will also make sure to leave room for you to do that on Twitter and Instagram. So follow me there so you don't miss out. Yes. Thank you again for watching, and you'll see more from me soon. Bye.